What's up, folks? Back with another reaction, back with some more garbage. We're back with more from their 1998 2.0 album, though this is, once again, the 2015 remaster. Shout out to Philip, as always, for sharing this and much else. And the next tune is Hammering in My Head. Obviously, it's sort of playing off a pun off of Hammerhead, which, whether you're talking about a shark or not, certainly presents a very tough image, so I wonder in what context the hammering may be happening, which is to say it could refer to something like, an actual migraine or something that is persistently just never ceasing, a thought that keeps coming back. It could be someone else's presence as an annoying experience for the person's head. In that way, ultimately, it sounds intense. It doesn't sound altogether pleasant. Normally one would not want their head hammered, so I wonder what is at play here. Let's find out. This is Hammering in My Head from the 1998 album 2.0, or the 2.0 Garbage album from 1998.
For the relatives, completely tried and tested. I used the ones that I love the best. You're moving over me like an animal. You're moving over me.
Prodigy track or something.
You touch my hand, but it's not the same. This was so unexpected. I never thought I'd get caught. You play around with your demons. Shoot to kill and you pop them up. Your eyes light up when I walk in the room. Having in my head, don't stop in the boat trip from Tokyo to Los Angeles. And leaving you behind, a flash in the pan, a storm in a teacup, a million for the winning, a debt for the raising, a catch for the chasing, a jewel for the choosing, a man for the making of this blistering heat. Sweat it all out, your bedroom rising, your baby pouts. Sweat it all out, in our electric storms and our shifting sands, our candy jars and our sticky hands. Sweat it all out, 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 sweat it all out. Don't forget what I wrote you then. And don't forget what I told you then. And don't forget that I meant to win. And don't forget your Ventolin. So I'm in my head, don't stop in the bullet train from Tokyo to Los Angeles.
Sit here for a moment because I don't want to upset Shirley and incur her wrath. Holy smokes! I had maybe a sense of what I thought was happening, and it's this dynamic where I think it's the chorus, it sounds almost like predatory on her part, but it feels like there's a underside to that, or there's an irony somewhere that I was not picking up on. But the ending, there was like a run of lines where it's like, whoa, this feels like suddenly many larger issues are being referenced here, and I'm not even catching all the little tidbits. So I don't know exactly what is happening, and maybe that's the point. Maybe there's just so much going on in her head, and she's trying to engage with this person, but there's all this other stuff, and then how that affects maybe your own behavior, or how you think about larger issues as they relate to your own life. I'm not sure. Either way, a very intense song, especially as it played out toward the end. So shout out to Shirley for that incredible vocal performance. Very intense and breathy, and again oddly fascinating or alluring, and yet terrifying at the same time. So a really cool dynamic, which feels like maybe in some respects that could have been part of the design. But sonically, ultimately I was thinking while I was listening, and this doesn't really relate to anything that it's about, but I was thinking man, you could use this in a late 90s, early 2000s stylish crime comedy, like a Guy Ritchie film, in a heist scene. I feel like it would go perfectly in a heist scene. I don't know why that came to my head, but it felt like something you could see in Lock, Stock, or Snatch, or something like that. But really almost rave style breakbeat, still many features that you would say okay, it's kind of an alternative, or a darker pop song, but again there's a lot of electronic sonics there, and ultimately the speed, the tempo of the breakbeat is not something I think you would normally hear on pop or even alternative radio. Excuse me. So to me it was sort of a track between a late 90s rave vibe mixed with more, again, alternative darker pop song. But I really did enjoy the breakbeat sonics, especially in that one section where, like I said, it got a bit harder and more wicked, and I don't know if her vocals were that inverted kind of bullhorn sort of sound, but that it felt like a Prodigy tune. It was man, we could be listening to a Prodigy track. So cool tune. Definitely enjoyed the intensity of it, which by the end it felt even more than it did when it started. So shout out to them. Shout out to Philip once again. Shout out to Mikey, who's been following and commenting on the garbage reactions in our conversations. And ultimately shout out to Luca for still being pretty mellow. Sometimes she gets very bent out of shape when I pick her up from my lap, but apparently we have no problems here. Let me know what you think. I will see you next time. Peace.